What is up, guys? We're back with another video, and today we're checking out this case right here. This is the Fractal Design Pop 2 Vision, and it's a compact mid-tower, and it might be one of the sleekest compact mid-towers that I've seen. So let's go ahead and take a look. This video is brought to you by ADATA's SD820 external SSD. It's feather light and tough with military grade shock resistance. It's going to have speeds of up to 2,000 megabytes a second, and you can get it in capacities up to 4 terabytes. It's also IP68 dust and waterproof. So if you want to learn more, go ahead and visit thinkcomputers.org/SD820. Now, before we get into the case, let's talk about the different versions. At launch, Fractal Design will be launching 3 different versions of this case. So there is a Pop 2 Vision Black. That's going to be a black version of the case that's going to come with 4 black fans. So no RGB on that one, just 4 black fans. Then there's a Pop 2 Vision Black RGB and a Pop 2 Vision White RGB. Those are going to come with 4 included ARGB fans, and of course one's going to be white and one's going to be black. Now, as you can see, we do have the white RGB version of the case, and as I said, this is a compact mid-tower, so it's not all that big. I'll go ahead and put the official dimensions right up here on the screen like I always do. Starting at the front of the case, we have our first clear tempered glass panel. This panel gives you a direct look into your system from the front. As a nice little addition, there's a fabric tab towards the bottom of the front of the case with the Fractal Design logo. Moving up to the top of the case, you can see it is mostly ventilated here. And typically on cases where there's top ventilation and there's a filter, that filter is kind of flimsy. This is actually like a real piece of metal, which is definitely nice. And it's held into place by magnets, which makes it really easy to go ahead and, put right back on. And then there's a little tab here at the back. Makes it easy to remove and clean if you need to. Now, with it removed, we do have a cooling bracket here. This cooling bracket will support 3 120 millimeter fans or 2 140 millimeter fans, as well as radiators up to 360 millimeters. Also on the top of the case here are going to be your buttons and connections. So we have a large power button here, a combination headphone and microphone jack, 2 USB ports, but these are only USB 3.2 Gen 1. So we have USB-A and a USB-C. Because they're only Gen 1, that means you're not going to get full speed on those portable SSDs. And then we have 2 small buttons here for the RGB control over the fans, and we'll go into that in just a little bit. The main side of the case features another clear tempered glass panel. This allows you to fully show off your system, and you can see this is a pillarless design. The opposite panel is just a steel panel, but it does feature ventilation for your side mount cooling as well as where your power supply is going to be. Coming to the back of the case, we can see the dual chamber design. On the right side, we have our motherboard mount, ventilation, and a place for a 120 millimeter fan. And then on the left side is going to be your power supply mount. There are actually 2 mounts, as you can move your power supply depending if you're using a back connect motherboard or not. More on that once we get inside the case. When it comes to removing the main side panel, it is really easy. There's sort of like an indent here where you put your finger and then you sort of just pop the panel off. Now, when you pop it off, you want to make sure that you actually catch it because there's no mechanism that holds this side panel on, but you can easily lift it up and remove it. And when it goes to reinstalling it, there's just little divots at the bottom that you just put the panel back in, and then you just lock it just like that right into place. Now, you can go ahead and remove the front panel of the case pretty easily once the side panel is removed. I found it's easier to remove it with the side panel removed. So all you have to do is sort of pull on it from the top and it will sort of pop off. And again, make sure you catch it. There's nothing necessarily that you need to remove the front panel for, but when you're doing your installation, it's just much easier to have the front panel off. It goes back in the same way. You just line it up like that and you just snap it right back into place. When you remove the tempered glass side panel, that gives you access to this pull-out metal filter here. It can completely come out for easy cleaning, and as you can see, you can slide it right back in. With the main side panel removed, we can get a better look inside the Pop 2 Vision. When it comes to motherboard support, we have support here for mini ITX, micro ATX, and ATX motherboards, as well as back connect motherboards. And there's plenty of holes cut in the motherboard tray, not only for routing cables, but of course for support for those back connect motherboards. It's also worth noting the space above the motherboard mounts. This makes sure if you install an all-in-one liquid CPU cooler here, there will be no clearance issues. If you're wondering about graphics card support, this case will support graphics cards as long as 412 millimeters. Towards the front of the case, we find our first two included fans, which are Fractal Design's Aspect 12 reversed RGB fans. These are recessed into a cover panel, which really makes the implementation clean. On the bottom of the case, you'll find two more of these fans. The bottom also features a cover panel with the fans recessed into it. Again, this gives the case such a clean look. Removing the opposite side panel of the case is just as easy as the main panel. There's a little indent here, you just press on it, and that's gonna go ahead and release the panel. Again, make sure you catch it because it will fall, but as you can see, super easy to remove. And again, reinstallation, super simple. You just line it up and close it just like that. With the opposite side panel removed, we can get a better look at the rest of the case. On the back side is where you're gonna, of course, mount your storage and your power supply. Now let's go ahead and start with our storage bracket here. This is a removable storage bracket and it supports 4 hard drives total, 3 SSDs on this side. You can see we have one installed right here. And then on the opposite side, it's actually gonna support a full-size hard drive. So 4 drives out of the box, which is definitely awesome. Now, this storage bracket and our power supply are essentially interchangeable because we need support for back connect connections on back connect motherboards. So if you're using a back connect motherboard, you would essentially take your power supply and move it here and then move the storage bracket down. As far as power supply support, we have full ATX power supply support. And as you can see, our power supply goes in here, no issues at all. But again, these are interchangeable. That's why you get that back connect motherboard support, because this power supply in this orientation would actually block the connections on a back connect motherboard. I'm not using one, so I left it installed down here. There's also covers on the back here, so you don't have a big hole in the back of your system if you're using, the power supply down here as opposed to up here. Also on the back of the case are gonna be a handful of Velcro ties, as well as a long cable routing hole. This does have a rubber insert so your cables don't get damaged. When it comes to RGB lighting on the case, we of course have the RGB lighting from the actual fans, but the power button is a small little RGB strip as well. So if you have an effect going through the fans, it's actually gonna go through the power button, which I think is pretty cool. Now, as far as controls, there are those 2 buttons on the top of the case. One is gonna be for color. The other one is going to be for mode. And there are baked in colors here as far as, they're not just solid colors. So like the one you're looking at right now is called Northern Lights, and there's a handful of those, but you can also select your own static color. So let me go ahead and go through those by hitting that top button. So as you can see, we have a couple different color options here as we go ahead and cycle through. And then there is a solid white. After solid white, if we hit this button again, this is gonna go ahead and start a color cycle. So as you can see, the colors are cycling through. Now, if you wanted to sort of land on a color that you like, you just wait. So we're gonna wait here a second. Maybe we'll get to a color that we like. And then we hit the color button again, and it's gonna go ahead and stay locked on this color. So if you don't hit it again, it will stay locked on the color. We hit it one more time, and of course we get everybody's favorite rainbow wave there. And then we can go to the effects. So we'll go back to that Northern Lights, and then we have our effects here. So we have this effect. We have this effect with a pulse in and out. We can turn the RGB lighting completely off, which is definitely nice, especially if you have your PC in a bedroom. And then we have the first effect, which sort of just goes between the colors a little bit. But those are the effects. I like that everything is just right here on the top. You don't have to deal with software. Of course, if you want to, you can pass through the RGB signal to your motherboard and have full software control. When it comes to testing, we're gonna be testing both temperatures and noise levels. So here's a full breakdown of our test system. Now, as we come to the end here, I have to say that I really like this case. I feel that the compact mid-tower market has just exploded. They're incredibly popular because you can fit full-size hardware inside, with ample cooling. I actually use a compact mid-tower as my main system, which is behind me, and I absolutely love it because if I want to take it somewhere, it's not this big, massive case. It's really easy to move around as well, and I just like the compact size because it doesn't take up as much space on my desk. That's why compact mid-towers are just so popular these days. And the compact mid-tower has been out for a few years, and I feel like over those few years, it's really been refined. And when I look at the Pop 2 Vision, I think this is a very much refined compact mid-tower. And the thing that really sets it off is its style. So we have tempered glass, we have the pillarless design, but the thing that I really like is these cover panels for the fans. It just gives it such a clean look. It allows the fans to be recessed either in the bottom of the case or in the side mounts. And we don't have any cables because that cover panel covers everything. So it just gives this case such a clean look. And that's probably one of my favorite things. When I look at this case, no matter what type of build you're gonna do, it's gonna be incredibly clean. And I really like that. On top of that, we do have support for the, latest hardware, long graphics cards, full-size ATX power supplies, back connect motherboards, full-size ATX motherboards, of course, and so much more. 4 hard drives out of the box for a compact case that's actually pretty impressive as well. And I really like that storage bracket because again, it just allows you to go ahead and do that. I really didn't run into any issues when it comes to installation either. It was very simple and very straightforward. I would say the only things that I really didn't like about this case per se is that the fans are not PWM fans, so they're not going to change speed, depending on the temperature of your system. They're going to run at 1650 RPM at all times, so you can't turn them up or can't turn them down. They are a 3-pin connection, so definitely keep that in mind. Also, the fans, while they are daisy chained together and the RGB is daisy chained, it wasn't connected to the top controller here, which is a bit weird. I just for a first time builder, I just would have liked to see that connected. And then if I did want to pass through the RGB to my motherboard, I can just disconnect that and pass it through. I just would have liked to have seen that. And then finally, the USB ports, don't let them deceive you. They're only USB 3.2 Gen 1, not Gen 2, Gen 1. So if you did have a fast portable SSD, you're not going to get full speeds on that top connector. So definitely keep that in mind. But when it comes to building in this, the style of this, and the price, you really can't go wrong. This case, the RGB versions of it are going to be $99.99 with the all black version being $89.99. So $10 difference, and that price is awesome. And you're good to go out of the box. If you just build it just like this with the 4 included fans, you're good to go. You can add an exhaust fan later if you wanted to, but I think out of the box, you're good to go. And again, support for 4 hard drives out of the box. I really, really like that as well. So if you have any questions about this case, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. And we will have links below to our full written review over at thinkcomputers.org, as well as where you can go ahead and pick this up. Now, if you did enjoy this video, I would appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up, and we'll see you guys in the next video.